Well, greetings and good evenings. Just finally home from a long day at work and come home to a beautiful setting of the sun, which is literally just getting further and further away, of course. But I must admit, driving through that storm head on the way home was most interesting. As you might sort of be able to tell, I have a bit of a fixation with birds. I always notice the birds. Not very good at filming them, mind you, but I see them and hear them. You can hear, oh, that was a good lightning flash there. So that's a big thunderstorm happening over there. And a bird. A couple of birds. Birds, there's always birds. Whoa, a couple of rainbow lorikeets. In fact, whoa, over the house is another bit of a storm. I'll zoom out, that's the maximum I can zoom out, is the half a zoom, 0.5. Oh, look, my little butcher birds, they always come around. You can get a feed for me? And look, the cat's out here now. They're gonna eat you up, little kitty. I'm actually looking forward to that in a sense, because she's driving me up the wall already. You're only a new cat. But look, the birds aren't afraid. Getting them used to one another. All is good in Cottonwood, which is not where I live at all. I live in Corrigai. But the birds are my friends. This storm, as it turns out, is my friend. You wouldn't believe it. Oh wow, it almost looks like there's another sun in there, but it's not. It's just exposure. Far out. It's the Batman, the Mothman. Let's have a closer look at that. Freaky, eh? In fact, when I came out here, just as I got home, this guy over here, he's the captain of the ship. He's driving the... Yeah, I know it sounds a bit stupid, doesn't it? Some of the shit I come out with sometimes, but if you know me and you know some of my videos, quite often I see genies on magic carpets riding in the clouds. So as the sun is making its way away, 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 away. See, when we zoom into 10 times, it's still miles and miles and miles above the mountains. But you zoom out, it looks as though it's almost set. That's a bit of perspective for you. I'll try and leave it at 1 times, which is right there. That's 1 times is the most normal zoom. There's the captain of the clouds. He's steering this storm, and because I've known this storm before, we're familiar friends, he comes and goes quite often. Yeah, as I'm driving home, I saw what looked like, so I came from that direction, so I'm looking. Look at that, there's almost a little, that one over there, that's the front of a chemtrail. So that's what I was driving towards, but at the time, that one is what I've driven through and under. And as I was on the other side of it, which is on the other side of Casino, which is past over yonder, those hills and stuff over there, as we were driving back, and for once I actually had a passenger, and she even commented herself, looking towards it, is that a rainbow? I've never seen a rainbow look like that before. And I said, that's one of those, it's a chembo. And this one, no word of a lie, they only seem to come out of the clouds like these big, fat, super fat rainbows. Like a normal rainbow would be yay big. In fact, there's possibly still even one over past the butcher birds over there. What are you doing, kitty? What are you doing, Tut Tut? You teaching these birds how how to escape the cat. That's good. So there was an actual thin rainbow, and it would just be like the thin arc of one. But the one we were seeing, far out. I think somebody should play some Bob Marley music in the distance. That would be worthwhile. The one we were seeing was your normal sort of rainbow. But the one we saw driving back was a big fat Kembo, and they're like, sorry. So say your normal rainbow is about yay wide, making a little arc. Well, the Kembo would be as fat as that. And it only comes from the clouds, so it's not actually a bow. It looks just like a bit of a bow. But as we were watching it, it turned into more like a square. So there was nothing beneath, nothing above, just this weird, what's the word for it? Let's ask this glass. What is it? Chip, 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 shapes. More like a rhombus, that's it, thank you. A rhombozoid shape, so you know, like a diamond sort of shape of the rainbow, and a big fat sort of one. And I get a feeling it's doing it again. But we're sort of facing the wrong way now. If I was on the other side of it, over there, I'd probably see it looking back through here. But because the sun, of course, is setting, you know, like, phew, you need to deny that it's going over the curvature. How long have we been doing this for? No, it's just going further away. It's just going further away until eventually it'll be so far away, all that atmosphere between us will obscure it and block the light. Look at that cloud. I actually like that cloud. Let's have a closer look at that one. Wow. That's a ripper. It's like a big scare bear owl cloud type of thing. Oh, I kid you not. See some awesome things in the sky around here at this time of year. Storm season. And birds. Let us consider the birds. Righto, birds being considered. Oh. Back to one time. Here comes the cat. How you doing, Tut Tut? What you doing? Yeah? She's still so tiny. Those birds would eat her alive if they wanted to. But get them all used to one another. So, anyway, oh yeah, another massive storm head over there. But this storm head over here is going nuts. This is the main one I want to talk about. And because, oh look, he's leaving a little remnant of his dragon head there now. You can sort of see a dragon head there if you use your imagination. Where's my finger? If you use your imagination, he sort of lets his snout just there, looking that way. But when I was driving home, he was showing massive big wolf jaws. Massive big wolf jaws. And yeah. When I've seen him before, he was like a sleeping dragon. No word of a lie. I've got pictures of it. They come up occasionally on Facebook memories. Pictures of him as a big sleeping dragon, just like that a movie, Never Ending Story. Of all things, yeah. It looked like that creature from that. It's the only, I've only seen still pictures, and I don't think I've ever watched the movie, but looks like some sort of big dragon cross furry cross creature thing that only the Muppets could make. and he'd be over in that direction from where I'm looking, down in this valley in Clunes. Yeah, getting some of those rainbow colours in there now. Cool. And no word of a lie, where you would imagine that his butt was, which would be that end, there was a rainbow coming out of it. I shit you not. I got pictures. They were great pictures. People accused me of Photoshop, and at the time I was like, I don't even know what Photoshop is. I still to this day wouldn't know. I know how to do a little bit with it, but I don't have it. But I wouldn't be capable of manipulating images to do something as cool as having a cloud dragon pooping out a rainbow. And I'm pretty sure this is that same, yeah, I guess entity is a good enough word. Same energy, same spirit creature, same weather, sprite. He's even sending out his little baby wolves out there now. But because we recognised each other, he didn't hammer me with a storm like yesterday, and he let me come through. And so I appreciate that. But he left me with a message. And so because I had a package to pick up at the post office on the way home, which I can prove to you, I'll do that before I go inside. See how the sun's now, whoop, hold the camera steady, 10 times zoom. Oh, the sun is in front of the mountain. There's no word of a lie, there are actually some people who, they try hard, they want to be a flat earther, but they don't understand exposure. The sun is far, far, far beyond those mountains, but exposure, because the camera, even though it's called a smartphone, when it comes to stuff like that, it's actually quite dumb. It makes it look like it's in front of the, there's my hand, whoa, shit, I got a huge hand. Makes it look like it's in front of the, let's play with exposure by doing that. Sorry for your dyslexic. Makes it look as though, oh, now it's not in front because it went so far away, it's now behind. Oh, that's sunset. Ah, sunrise. One time zoom. See, is that, obviously is not the sun, is it? Because look, we just, bird. Two birds. Oh look, a cat. A cat. What are you doing, cat? Showing me your butt. That'd be right. That's a cat for you. So yeah, if we zoom in on the sun, it's definitely no. See if I just lift my camera a little bit higher. My arms aren't long enough. But if my arms were long enough, the sun would come back into view. What are you doing? Were you just humping my boot? Were you? You were humping my boot. I felt that. You're such a funny little titty, aren't you? Ow, ow, ow. Stop biting me. Stop biting me. Do a flip. Do another flip. Anyway, that's enough of this video, I think. You saw the sunset. You heard my rant about the clouds, these storms. I love these summer storms. But, oh, that's right. I was actually going to make a point, wasn't I? Let's have another look at this one. I'll try and make my point. Hey, look, a koala. My point was, as I told the post office dude, is I says, when I was living up in Clunes, which is, I don't know, 80, 50, 60, X amount of kilometres to the north, I'd be looking south at these storms, and I'd literally be watching how the sugarcane burning is what is making these storms. Literally. Because now I live underneath them and I watch them. When they burn the sugarcane, the big plume rises up into the sky and it collects then all the moisture, and because of all the shit that's in the sugarcane, and I think I mentioned potassium and a few other things, obviously aluminium sulfide now, because that's what they're spraying into the sky, and that's what's fertilizing all the plants and killing everything, because it is one of the main ingredients of Roundup and gunpowder and thermite and so forth. Oh, look at all these beautiful underlit clouds. How lovely is that? Burning the sugarcane is creating these thunderheads that I used to watch from at home. And I said, it used to be spectacular. I'd sit out on my front deck or front porch and watch these huge thunderstorms. But now I'm living underneath it, living right here in it, and I'm seeing it happening in real life. It's bloody, the fires of burning the sugarcane are making the thunderheads. And so it's nature's response then. If there's a fire here in the tropical regions, it used to once be a lot of rainforest. Well, the response to that is the rain. But because of all the chemical shit that's in them, it's reacting and creating electricity, obviously, which is the lightning. And so we're getting massive thunderstorms that are literally man-made things. Literally. Well, if we started turning all these thousands and thousands of acres into growing hemp instead of sugar and beef, and some of them now growing rice, but they're like huge, just thousands of acres of rice, which is great, don't get me wrong. And they're also growing lots of soy and all sorts of crap. If we started growing hemp, for fuck's sakes, just this 100-acre expanse in front of me alone would grow tons and tons and tons of hemp seed, hemp oil, bloody the pith. No, I'm not taking the pith. It's the stuff that grows inside the inner stem of the hemp herd. That stuff mixed with local sand and lime creates hempcrete, and bam, you've got bricks that over a couple of decades will petrify into stone. No, none of those stone buildings were carved, man. They were built as a form of natural concrete, hempcrete, poured into moulds. And that is how we have all this ancient stone architecture, churches, pillars, all the rest of it was done with hemp. And what are we doing? Putting cows out here, turning it into drought, letting their shit and erosion flush into the streams. Look, there's not even a stream here anymore. There was a lake when I moved here. And now it's a puddle. Kitty knows, don't you, Kitty? Don't you toot toot? Hey? Yeah. She knows. Because she listens. And I know. And look at that, they're still underlit by the sun. Oh, geez, we must be really spinning away at 1,000 miles an hour for the sun to find that tiny, tiny little crack from 93 million miles away, and they're still underlit. Still. Come on. And look at that cloud, that's over towards the east. I mean, it's obviously dark over that by the east. Oh, there she goes again. Sunlit. These clouds aren't that high, man. They're not that high. They're not even a kilometre high, if you ask me. Not these thunderstorms. Look at him, he's getting ready to go do his thing again now. Turning into a chameleon for the moment. He's got some energy, man. You got some energy. You go do your thing, brother. Cleanse the world. Yeah. This human gets you, bro. I get you. I get you. You need to go and cleanse the world of this shit, mate. Look at that. If you could see those colours in true to life colour. That is glowing orange. It's kind of trying to show. That's it. There we go. Oh, come on, don't stop. Stay. There we go. That's true to life colours. Look at that. So the birds are all attuned to it. Yeah, that's the colours. That's the true to life colours. Hit focus and it changes again. Alright, I'm done. We are out of here. One more look at the true to life colours. That's them. Almost. They're a lot more orange than that. Rightio. Thanks for watching and listening to my rant. We'll see you next time. Same batshit time, same batshit channel.